So today is day 103 of our 1000 Dawns, and I've got very good reasons to smile because yesterday it was our first opportunity to test out our secret weapon. And there's some good news, ladies and gentlemen. It actually paid off. The test was a complete success. And what exactly was the test, so to speak? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Maybe when this is all done and I finally become what I've always desired to be, guess what? Maybe then I'll tell you all my secrets. But for now, that will remain specifically with me. But for those who are at all interested, just a little bit in terms of what this whole secret weapon turned out to be, well, this was as yesterday was just the testing. Guess what? There's going to be a little bit more of that to come. Not only today, but to be honest, the testing is also continuing on right now, and it's not even happening on there. It's happening out there. And once today's done with, tomorrow we'll be going through even more testing, and then the day after that, more testing again. What we're trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to prove not only that this system is going to work, but that there are untold benefits to what we are planning. And in terms of planning, and we'll come to this in a moment, is that there's loads of great ideas in terms of where this will all lead us and what exactly we have to gain from going through all of this. It's the difference between actually becoming relatively successful and, to be honest, very much in control of going forward for the rest of the year. And if all goes according to plan, then it's the sort of thing that I can put on a CV and the sort of thing that I can impress interviewers with. Because how much do you reckon an employer would be impressed by the idea that I can generate 10 million views in a single day? How much do you want to reckon that they can they'll be impressed when they hear of information like that? That's not too bad, actually, to be honest. When you just imagine the phrasing of that. I can generate millions of views a day, and in terms of revenue, it may not generate that much, but that's not quite the point. The point is, I know exactly who to target. I know exactly what to make of it, and I know exactly how I can promote things still further. However, that's just one part of the testing. There's an awful lot more where that came from. So putting all of that just to one side, because I've got now exactly 28 days before I head out for my 3-day trip down south, this is also the time to start putting, a little bit of money aside for that sort of adventure. And in order to do that, there's a little bit of a change of plans when it comes to my excursion to Vegas. And it means that the money will be paused on that for a moment, and some of the funds from that will still have to be used a little bit for our 3-day trip. But the good news is that it's not going to completely deplete our resources. And, well, guess what? There's still over like 1900 days to consider this. And so far things, it's worked so far, but there's got to be there's got to be a few alterations until we get things back on track. Meantime, I will see all of you guys again next time. But actually, just before we go, if it sounds as if that there's a lot going on and there's a lot of work being involved in all this, and there's a lot of future work in prospect, and if it sounds like things are on the up, then guess what? Actually, it's because it is. And I am probably on the precipice, because by the time we get into June, I'll be entering what is absolutely the single busiest period of my entire life put together. And guess what? It's only going to get busier from then on in. But I want everyone to understand that the reason why I do this is the same reason why I embarked on this entire project in the first place. And that is to go from here to up there. And the only way to do that is to become a success. But success does have its prices, and the first of real step to success is, well, getting people to care enough about what you're doing, which is actually a lot easier said than done. Thankfully, however, there are ways around that. Meantime, I'll see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.